Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Nandini and I'm an undergraduate at New York University doing a double major in journalism and dramatic literature. In this video, I am basically gonna show you three main tools that I use to manage my time well, which includes Google Calendar, my planner, and a bunch of sticky notes. I think boosting your productivity and managing your time well to a point where it doesn't lead to burnout, but you're also like getting shit done is very important and it's a skill that we all should learn. And so without further ado, let's just get into the video.
Next to me, guess I'm missing all your.
The first thing that I use to manage my time, the most basic thing and the best thing honestly, is Google Calendar. So let's go to Google right now, and as you can see my Google screen, my first bookmark is actually Google Calendar. It's the first thing that I see when I wake up in the morning and the last thing that I see before I go to bed. And just having it as a bookmark over here, it helps me know that I have to check my Google Calendar and I don't forget. So let's go to Google Calendar right now, and as you can see, it's laid out in a monthly format. For example, I'm filming this in April 2021 and the whole April month is just laid out in front of me, and then so on and so forth with the different months. And the benefit of having this sort of monthly setup is that I get to know when everything is due. For example, if I have interviews, if I have response papers, if I have assignments, if I have any video uploads, meetings, any office hours and stuff like that, I have it sort of laid out in front of me, and this helps me know which month is busy, which week in the particular month is busy, so that I can plan my weekdays and weekends accordingly. The next thing that I want you guys to notice is that, for example, if I go to my daily thing, for example, this is Thursday, the 1st of April, then I have only the things that are due. For example, a reading for one of my classes, a paper for one of my classes, and the time for one of my office hours with one of my professors. Just that written. I don't have everything scheduled. For example, 8 a.m. I wake up, 10 a.m. I have tea, 2 p.m. I have a lecture. I don't do all of that because I tend to use my planner for all those things. Otherwise, it tends to really stress me out for some weird reason. I like to keep my planner in terms of my Google Calendar really free and just note down whatever is due on every single day. The next thing you guys can probably see is that I have a lot of calendars within this main Google Calendar. For example, I have NYU coursework, I have BTS because BTS Army, I have internships, NYU extracurriculars, personal, website, YouTube, stuff like that. And the reason I color code all of this is, for example, if I'm in a rush and I have to look at my Google Calendar, I know that okay, blue means that I have something to do with my NYU extracurriculars, or red means okay, YouTube. Purple, which obviously forms the majority, is my NYU coursework, any academic work I do. And color coding really helps everything keep, like, everything is organized due to it and everything is just clutter free, which is the purpose of a calendar in the first place. The next important thing to look over here is the fact that even though I have a lot of things scheduled, for example, I have my Islamic Studies readings, my journalism module, my readings, stuff like that, I also have some portion of my calendar marked out with times. For instance, I have a meeting with my TA at 5:20 today in the evening, and that's something that I marked down with time because that's something that's not in my hands. I can't miss the meeting because the meeting can't happen before 5:20 or after 5:20. I need to be there at 5:20 sharp or like 5 minutes before that. However, on the other hand, my readings or my module, I can submit that anytime before say 12 a.m. in the day. So I don't mark those things with time, but things that are time bound where I have no choice, I do tend to write that down. Otherwise, I will forget that, oh, I have a meeting at 5:20 today, because that doesn't constitute a part of my normal schedule where I have classes at a set time. It's an office hour which happens say once a month. So if I was to forget, I can look at my calendar and be like, oh, today's say Tuesday the 30th or Tuesday the 6th or whatever, and at 5:20 I have a meeting with my TA. Cool, bam, I can be there on time and finish the thing off. The last sort of important thing with my Google Calendar is that you can shift things around very easily. For instance, some days you'll be less productive and you just won't feel like doing things, or you got preoccupied in something else, and just life happens and you couldn't get your things done. So for instance, if I had to do my readings by Monday but I got an extension, or I had the option of doing them by Tuesday, I can just slip them up to Tuesday, boom, and you have one other thing, but at least you have it added in there. Or if on certain days you were too productive and you got 2 days worth of stuff done in just a few hours on that day, you can obviously move stuff behind, or you can like cancel it out in Google Calendar or anything like that. And that way your schedule is always flexible, which it should be like, because you shouldn't be too hard on yourself, at least in my opinion. However, that does not mean you don't do stuff, obviously. And this just makes the whole process really more easygoing, more flowy, more convenient for everybody. I have a habit of updating my Google Calendar almost every week. For instance, let's see, my classes I believe started, yes, Jan 28th my classes started, and then all my professors started giving me like the syllabus and the rundowns of whatever we're gonna do. So the first thing I did was look at the syllabus and add everything in color coded and formatted in my Google Calendar. And obviously some dates they shift around as the semester progresses based on where I stand in the class, on the professors. So obviously, as I said, Google Calendar is very flexible. You can easily change that in literally 2 seconds or a second even. And all this like weekly update just helps me know where I stand, how much work I got done, how much work I still need to do. And I think it's a very helpful process that everybody should follow, because it literally takes only like 5 or 10 minutes out of your day and saves you so many other hours that could have been spent doing something not productive. The next thing that I want to talk about is my sticky notes. I have mentioned these in a bunch of my previous videos because they are literally a godsend. Like, using a Google Calendar and a planner is relatively new because I started that when I started my undergraduate education, which was like 2 semesters ago. But these babies have been with me since high school. I think I started using them in ninth grade. Okay, so my sticky notes, they're basically divided on two sides of my wall, as you guys will see. The colors don't really mean anything, it just means the availability of the sticky notes that I had at a particular amount of time. So basically the left hand side represents all my extracurricular things like my research opportunities, YouTube, my clubs and stuff like that. And the right hand side of the wall, which is a majority, it has so many things, it's all the subjects that I'm taking this semester and their coursework. Each sticky note is different. For example, my YouTube sticky note, it has a bunch of points in terms of when do I have to plan a video, when do I have to shoot, edit, upload, promote, all those things, because it comes in bits and pieces. And similarly, my like club meetings, it'll be like meeting number 2, meeting number 3, if I have to email something for the meeting, stuff like that. So each sticky note will have different things. But one thing you guys will notice is that I don't write down the dates of when each meeting is or when I have to upload a video or anything like that, because I use Google Calendar, which I described before, for that purpose. The academic side of the wall is it's in a bit of a frenzy. So you'll see that there are 3 sort of lines, and it spreads out vertically like five, yeah, I can't count, 5 lines. And let's forget cohort, because that's like a thing that I have to do but I don't really get credits for it. Let's focus on my 4 courses. So I have 4 courses and I have 3 weeks worth of stuff lined up for each of them. And the reason I do that is because, as my professors like to call me, I'm like a procrastinator. I will get cracking on my work as soon as I get it. And I don't know if that's a good thing or not, but it's just because I get crazy when I'm stressed and I just cannot work in pressure, and I like to like divide up my work and work on it and not just cram it up all on the last day or the last 2 days. So I like to space everything out, which is why I put it down in like 3 lines. And as soon as I'm done with like a particular reading, I'll strike it off. As you can see, I've striked out a lot of things in those like week 11, 12, 13 of my readings and stuff. And whenever like a paper is due, I'll keep revising it until I have to submit it. I'll usually submit stuff like on the day or the day before. And once I'm done submitting, then I'll just strike it out, and I just know then that it's out of my way. Okay, finally, let's look at the last section, which is my planner, another godsend. The main thing, as you guys will see, that I do for my planner is plan everything out on a daily basis. And my planning usually starts the day before. For example, if I'm going to plan for tomorrow, I'm going to start planning tonight, because tomorrow morning I don't want to be in a frenzy about what I want to do with that day. I'll just look at my planner and boom, there we go, we just start working. A unique thing about this planner, actually a lot of planners have this, and I suggest you buy one or just make one, is have like a habit tracker. So my planner has a habit tracker which I check every day, you know, and it has things like water, exercise, read and sleep, things that are important and things that I want to continue to develop throughout my life basically. And I also have this extra notes section in which I write down things like BTS, journaling, reading the news and stuff like that. And then finally I have this section called like top goals for say March, April, or just any month. And whenever I look at them, I'm reminded of, you know, this game that we all are playing, which is life, and how I need to be better at like either studying hard or being more grateful or not skipping meals. So it's just like a good sort of reflective page in the whole like academic planner. So another thing you guys will notice is that this planner didn't have enough space for me to write out all the tasks for one particular day. Luckily, they have these dotted pages following every sort of weekly plan schedule thingy. So I created like a bunch of like rectangular boxes in which I continue writing out my tasks for each day. And as you guys can see, it's again color coded. This is a more specific like color coding system, because here I have a different color for each subject of mine, each like kind of personal task of mine. And literally color coding, aside from organizing, it just makes a dull boring planner look and feel so much better. It's the kind of thing that I need to, or I want to see before I start my day or as my day plans out. The last thing about the planner is that even though I write out things like Islamic society, say revised notes or recitation or office hours, or like plan a video, I usually don't give much detail. Like I won't write down what exactly I have to do. Like I'll just say, okay, I have to work on my history of disbelief assignment. That's pretty much it. I won't give out details because that's something that I just keep in my head, because I don't want everything to be like cluttered in the planner itself. So I just write down the assignment, but I know exactly which part of the assignment I'm going to work on. So that's the hack of pretty much how I stay productive. I hope you guys liked the video. This is just a friendly reminder that it's okay to fall behind schedule and to shift things around. Please don't be too hard on yourself. You're meant to enjoy the things that you do. That's pretty much the secret of anyone and everyone who's being productive right now. They really enjoy the things that they do. So please do projects that you enjoy. Take the subjects and courses that you enjoy. Anyways, I hope you guys liked this video. Please do like, share, comment, and subscribe down below. And I'll see you guys in my next one. Much love. Bye.
It's already happened. A piece of my heart is stuck in Manhattan.